Welcome to Eagle Eye Picker. I'm going to an estate sale. This room is packed full of fabric and lace, and this was an absolutely packed estate sale. 8 or 9 rooms from floor to ceiling. There was boxes everywhere, and each room had kind of a different theme to it. The one I'm in right now is kind of an open library room, but the shelves, as you'll see, are full with a lot of sewing supplies. There are some books in there, and there's boxes in the floor. This was the only room where I really could actually do any filming because people were just all in the way, and all you would see would be bodies of people walking around and getting in front of the camera. I started walking through this room, and as you can see, I'm fumbling through different cabinets and such. I make my way around to the bookshelf. There's cards, there's lots of books. I see some here I actually come back and pick up the next day. Not the cards, but some of the books that I saw there. So I think it's always fun to when you record your stuff and you go back and look at your footage when you get home, and you can actually do a little, a little searching and exploring on your own. So when you come back the next day, hopefully, if the item is still there, you can pick it out. Here you'll see I pick up a Bible. This wasn't a Zondervan. I think it wasn't in really great shape. But over there to the left, you can barely see the white one on the shelf below in the middle. There's a better glimpse of it early. That's actually an Oxford from Cambridge one. Yeah, right there in the middle of that shelf above my hand there. I end up looking at it in a little while after this. But there's some VHSs, there's some tapes, there's all kinds of books. Make my way to the back wall. This is full of tons of sewing equipment. These are like crochet needles. And there's not one of anything here. There are dozens of everything here, if not hundreds. This whole little thing is filled with, each box is filled with either lining or some kind of ribbon or some kind of extra stuff. Here is an interesting machine. It's apparently some kind of floral machine. And there's a lot of different floral items here. One of the main things that was pretty easy to tell is one of the rooms was full of dolls. So apparently this person must have made a lot of doll clothing, and everything you ever needed to create anything is here. This box you see here now is just nothing but needles. There was literally 1,000 packs of all different kinds of needles. It was more of a collection. I don't think anyone could ever use that many needles in their life.
Every time in the world.
And I just keep rummaging through the boxes here. That box there is full of zippers, nothing but zippers. Here you can see sewing boxes. There was multiples in there. I checked some of them out to make sure they weren't full of stuff. Each one of these is full of buttons or some other latching mechanisms for fabric and clothes. I keep looking through, and this one is full of trim, edging for dresses. As you can see, there are literally hundreds of spools of thread. I saw that someone actually took those spools off of there and bought those spool holders, which I thought was kind of an interesting idea. Here, I'm just verifying that everything here is just sewing machine accessories. I really didn't see a lot of sewing machines, which is kind of weird, but they had tons of accessories. The pedals for the machines, all the accessories that go, the button hook, the zipper, all those kinds of things. Glass in there. There's a little closet there, nothing but different sets of fabric. It was a pretty cool box I looked at. Even now this room is going to start to get a little crowded in a minute or so. There was another nice storage container there. A lot of glass containers there. Surprised they weren't full. But as I continue to move around, next up I see some other sewing accessories, some other containers you can see. Lots of pair of scissors. There was a whole box on the floor with nothing but scissors in it. Here I start looking through some thimbles. I noticed that there are all different materials of thimbles. There's really some very decorative ones. I end up picking up a couple of these. I actually come across one here that has sterling on it. So I do pick that one up, as you'll see. And stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to show you what the haul I got. It doesn't include a lot from this room, and you might be surprised at the things that I actually do find at this estate sale and purchase. And there you'll see I found the sterling silver. So now let's jump right into the haul. I actually spent more at this estate sale than I typically do in estate sales. And it's because I saw a lot of the things that I'm always on the lookout for that have always performed really well for me, or things that I think are interesting. I always do a lot of the run-of-the-mill things that people get at estate sales. I like to get unique items that I have a lot of success selling. And if you followed any of my channel or seen any of my videos, you know I'm a big fan of municipality plates. These are, I always sell these great. Believe it or not, these are only $3 a piece. I picked them up without hesitation. I was glad I got them first. One from 1972, the other from 1974. I easily get between $40 and $60 for these things. You might have an idea where I was at an estate sale at by Raleigh, North Carolina. But yeah, it was super exciting. $3 a piece. The big thing that I dropped $30 on. And I really, if you follow my channel at all, you know I love mechanicals, pens, pencils, Mont Blanc, Schaefer's. This is no exception. This is just an absolutely gorgeous pen. I couldn't pass up on it. This is one from the 1930s. It's a Schaefer. If you ever see this design on a pen, they're absolutely gorgeous. This is a gold-plated nib. It has the lever action, and this is absolutely beautiful. It have specks of like abalone built into the case. These are quite rare, actually. This I did spend $30. I did pay up for this, but these will generally bring, I would say, between $100 and $200. I think I should easily get, because of the condition of this one, in the $150, maybe $170 range. So I'm excited to list this and see what happens. I have people that seek out my channel when they're looking for unique pens and instruments. So I love seeing that. It actually came with this little piece of paperwork, but it actually doesn't apply. If you find these, you'll find they open in two different ways. There's one where you peel a cap off the back, which is what you're seeing here, and there's a little post through there. This one actually has the lever, so it actually pulls the ink into the bladder that's inside the pen. So yeah, if you ever see these Schaefer pens particularly, look them up, get to know them better. You don't want to bypass these. You might think, if you just looked at it from the beginning, you think, oh, okay, it's just another designer pen. But as you can see, this is a beauty. It is a Schaefer. It has all of the branding actually on the side of it, and the edge you can barely see it there. But it's Schaefer and has the patent number and all that kind of stuff in. So this was 30, these were 3 apiece, so there's 36. I spent 50, and the thimbles were $1 a piece. As I showed you on the video, I picked up the sterling silver thimble, and I picked up this other one I thought was really nice too. Had an abalone shell. It's not worth a whole lot of money, probably $3 or $4, but I thought it was interesting enough, and I would take a chance on it because I really didn't have a lot of time to stand around and look at stuff here. So 36, 7, there's $38. So if you look at everything else I got here, this is the $12. This is everything else I just threw into the bag. Knew I was going to bundle, and I paid $12 for all these items. But I generally cost average things. I do want this to cover the price. Even one of these can probably cover the price of the whole bundle, or at least break even. But then I try to always add items to continue to increase the price of it, or if things don't hit, like if it wasn't a valuable pen or something, that something else would make up the cost. I have some knowledge about these measures. I know they sell for like $10 a piece. These calculation devices also sell for about $10 a piece also. I've sold these probably 3 or 4 times. I know they sell through great, so I didn't hesitate to pick that up. Here's a new type of circular one. Apparently these can sell pretty well too, so I'm excited to list that. You know me, I always pick up mechanical pencils. I talk a lot about them. Here's 3 that I picked up that I found to be nice. I found them in a cigar box. I sorted through, and these were what I found inside. There's a hanging one. It's got the little hole in the top. Generally, it hangs on the end of a necklace. So I don't know if I'll sell these individually or not. I usually like save up a bunch of these and then bundle them together. I did grab one of the packages from those boxes of sewing equipment, of sewing supplies that you saw there, and I just wanted to kind of get an idea, do more research for when I come across this. I thought the lettering and packaging was old, and apparently these do sell pretty well. I grew up in Florida. I don't live there now, but I grew up in Florida. This just was for sentimental value. I know it's not really worth anything, but I picked it up just to hang on to. Don't expect to make any money off of that. A pair of scissors here. These are Gingher. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. Somebody please correct me in the comments. But these are beautiful German-made scissors in fantastic shape. Like I said, there was a lot of scissors there. I could have bought scissors all day long, but this one, I was drawn to this one because it had a very nice leather case. And again, another tape measure. This RCA thing was probably a bad pick because I didn't open it up to see that the instrument was inside, which it's not. I think it's a thread cutting tool is typically inside of these. So anyway, this is the whole bundle of what I got together. Oh, I forgot these. These are actually wooden needle holders, and they actually have needles inside of them. So I just I'll show them to you real quick. If you ever see these, you'll know what they are. They hold needles inside, and they do carry some value. Some people, I think, want these, and other people collect them. But I think, but I did pick those up because I figured I'd just bundle the 4 of them together and see what I could get for them. So that's it for this bundle and for this estate sale. Thanks for watching. I hope you like what you see. Please send me a comment and share. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on the Eagle Eye Picker.